I am Becca Robinson, and welcome to the Insider Live, a sneak peek at what I do as a coach and a simple little online event aimed to helping you see the potential for building a passion-centered business in your life. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited to get started today. Today we're going to be doing session 1, which is a quick intro and overview. I'm going to be talking to you about how I found coaching. I'm going to be talking to you about how my previous career path is something that I still use the talents and the abilities that I learned from that in this business. I'm going to be showing you how you can do the same with growing a passion-centered business using the skills you already have. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how fitness is just the vehicle, how when I let go of the notion of feeling like I had to be a specific type of person or a specific type of coach, or that I needed to be a fitness freak, that my passion-centered business really exploded. So I'm going to be talking about all of that and a little bit more today. And then over the next few days, we're going to have 3 more sessions that dig deeper into the different aspects of a passion-centered business. So I hope that you will stick around and keep checking in so that you can see all 4 sessions. And I hope that it really helps you to see the potential in your life for developing a career that fulfills both your financial needs and that also fulfills you from a personal soul standpoint, because you're going with your passions. So let's jump right in, right? Like I said, I'm Becca Robinson, and I am a wellness coach, a fit lifestyle coach, whatever you want to call me, that's what I do. What I do is I help people get unstuck. That's the easiest way of explaining what I do. I know that there are a lot of preconceptions when you say the word fitness coach, or when you say wellness coach, or when you say Beachbody coach, and it's hard to sometimes really understand what it is that someone like me does. So what I want to do in this whole Insider Live event is peel back the curtain and let you really see what it is, because I think it's a really unique career and a really unique situation that you may not have even realized you could be really great at, that it could be a really great option for your life. And I want to just help you see the potential for yourself. So my story starts out a few years back. So for the last almost 8 years now, I have worked full-time as a photographer. I was self-employed. I really loved what I did. I was really passionate about photography and having an outlet for being creative and being able to use my skills as an artist to give people something really special that they could have as an heirloom forever. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was my baby. I built that business up from nothing. I started it in 2008 in the height of the economic downfall, and I just threw everything I had into it. When my husband and I decided that we really wanted to pursue it as something together, he was able to come alongside me, and we've run it together for the last 5 years about. So that is something that was a really cool phase of my life, something that I love very much even still to this day. But there was something that wasn't quite there that I still knew that I wanted to do and accomplish. During the time that I was a photographer, I started a blog called Life as an Artistpreneur. Some of you may be here because of that blog, because you found me there, or because you saw the invite for this event there. So welcome, thank you for coming. So I started that blog as a way to talk about entrepreneurial things, as a way to connect with other women who were entrepreneurial minded, and to reach out to them and to help them to have success. Really, that was all that I wanted to do with it. I just wanted to share things that I'd learned that had helped me as a creative entrepreneur, and help other women to not make the same mistakes I did, so that they could be successfully self-employed as well. And that was something that I look back now and I see that that was the seed of this passion-centered business that I'm doing now. That was like the seed of it in my heart. So I would blog there, and I would interview other creatives and artists, and I would talk about simple methods and tips that I'd learned to help me be more efficient and successful. And I would talk about the ups and downs and all of that kind of stuff. And I also, at that time, got pregnant with my first child. And so I blogged about that journey. And that was when my life started to take a direction that I didn't anticipate. So I had a very healthy pregnancy. I had a very uneventful pregnancy. I mean, it was textbook perfect. There was nothing to complain about. But I gained more weight than I expected to during it. And after, I had an exceptionally difficult time. After I had my son, I didn't realize it, but I went through severe postpartum depression for at least 10 months. And I didn't realize it, my husband didn't realize it, my friends didn't realize it, because the tricky thing about postpartum depression is it's the way that you are experiencing the world. It doesn't have a lot of outside evident signs that it's happening. It's all internal because it's happening inside of your body, inside your mind. And for me, it was really challenging because it was my first time as a mom, and I had never done it before, so I didn't know that what I was feeling was not normal. And when I would talk about it, the things that I would say sound very similar to the struggles that all new moms go through. I would say that I was just feeling really overwhelmed, and that I was exhausted, and that I was emotionally drained, and that I was having a hard time remembering things, that I felt like I had foggy head all the time. And Cadence, my son, went through a little bit of a colicky time, and so, I was saying I was just having a hard time connecting, and people would just say, that's normal, that's what new moms go through, you have mom brain, you're just exhausted, you're fatigued. And it put a strain on my marriage, it put a strain on my business that I had worked really hard to grow, because during that time I was practically emotionally incapacitated. I was still working, I came back to work, but it was exceptionally difficult for me because of what was going on inside. I had a hard time being as passionate as I was before, only because it was like I was looking through a dirty mirror at everything in the world, and I was having a hard time really seeing clearly everything that was in front of me. And it wasn't until 10 months, Cadence was 10 months old, that fog started to lift, and I had this one tiny moment of clarity where I said, I don't think that what I've been feeling this whole time is what people normally feel. And I had this moment where I felt super bonded to him, super connected to him for the first time, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, this is what people normally feel from the very beginning, and I'm just now starting to feel it. And that was when I started looking into it and realizing that I'd been suffering from postpartum depression for 10 months without knowing that it was happening to me. And after the 10 months, it slowly lifted and went away, and I was able to feel normal again. But at that point, hit number 2 came, and I was having all these weird health issues. I hadn't been able, I lost maybe 6 pounds after having him, and he weighed 6.5, so I don't know how that's even possible that I didn't lose more than that, but I just assumed that all the weight that I had gained would kind of fall off fairly naturally after he came, and it didn't. I had gained 60 pounds during my pregnancy, and I'm not a very big person. I'm only 5'2", so that even looked like more on me and was exceptionally hard on my body to be carrying all of that around. And I was having a really difficult time losing it. I just could not get it to come off no matter what I did. I was taking really expensive workout classes. I would buy memberships and go and do these hour-long classes every day. I was just eating basically like salads for every meal, trying to eat as clean and take out as many options for extra calories as I could, and it was making me exhausted. It was making me emotionally defeated. I felt lost. I felt alone. I felt ugly. I didn't feel comfortable in my own body because I felt like I didn't even recognize it. There would be moments where I would be in the shower and I would move a certain way and like feel a body part or skin touch skin that I wasn't used to in my life because I was bigger, and I would just feel like, whose body am I in? Like, what is this life I'm living? I had finally come out of this fog, and then I felt like I was thrown into a new situation where I didn't feel like I was myself, and I started to lose hope that I was never going to feel like myself again. And finally, after not being able to figure out what was wrong, I found a doctor that helped me to discover that I had an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's, and that gave me 2 options. They said, you can either continue on this road that you're on and not change anything, and you're going to have to go on medication because your thyroid levels are going to be so off that you're going to need to have it corrected, and you're probably going to be on medication then, forever to keep your levels right. Or you can dramatically change your lifestyle and see if diet and lifestyle changes will help, because sometimes in cases like yours, that is the case. And so I said, well, I don't really want to be on medication for the rest of my life, so let me try that first. And I did, and it helped a little bit. But I still was having a really difficult time losing weight. And that was when I randomly came across some of Beachbody's workout programs, one called T25. And I had seen some friends have really great results with it, like shockingly good results. I would see them, and then I would see them a few weeks later, and they would look noticeably different. And me, as someone who's struggling, I was like, tell me what you're doing. So I looked around, and I started looking into Beachbody, and I found out that you could be what they called a Beachbody coach. And when you did that, you could earn commissions back on anybody that ordered, basically through your affiliate links as a coach is the easy way to explain it. And I thought, well, I have a lot of people that I'm connected to because of my blog and because of photography, who I think that I could show them what I'm doing, and they may want to join me. And at that point, because of the different things that I had been going through, our business had definitely taken a hit, and we were struggling a little bit financially, because not only had it taken a hit, but we now had a new member of the family with new expenses, and babies are not cheap. So I decided that was going to be what I did, because at least if I could make enough money in commissions to cover what I spent for my own program and for my own Shakeology, then I would break even, and I wouldn't feel so bad about spending that money that we didn't really have to spend at that point. Also, because I had invested this money that it was at that point $180 to get the challenge pack that I wanted, and that was a lot of money for our family to spend on something. So I went all in with it. I was 100% committed. My coach put me into a challenge group, which is an online accountability group where a bunch of people all go through the programs together for a month or two, and it helps you just to have that accountability. It helps you to not feel like you're alone, because when you're doing these workouts at home, you can feel kind of isolated. It can be easy to give up on yourself, but when you have these people that you're checking in with, that you can talk to, that you can vent to, that you can ask for tips or advice, then it really helps. So I committed. I did not miss a workout. I was really, really good about eating on plan, and in 2 weeks, I had some results for the first time in over a year. Nothing I had done had worked. So I felt over the moon. I was so excited, and I shouted it from the rooftops, and I was able to make back in commission because some of my friends saw and they wanted to try it too. I was able to make back in commissions what I'd spent. And that was when things really started to shift for me, because when I got those first people who wanted to join me, I realized that not only was I able to help myself, but now I was in this instant little community of people like me, and we could talk about stuff like this. We could bond over, the struggles and frustrations that we had. And I had a platform for influence that was something that I really wanted. That was my passion. And I realized that I could help women get unstuck and help them feel better and help them to move from that negative place where I was into a positive place of empowerment, where they feel like they're taking control of things that they don't like in their life, and they're actually seeing results for their effort. Because that's the biggest thing we deal with, is we try all these things and we feel like we don't see the results that match our effort. So that was really cool for me. And after a little bit of doing that, I had some women that wanted to try and be coaches too. And so I decided that I was going to build a team, because I wanted to see what I could do with this coaching thing. And I had this little glimmer in my mind, this idea of what this could be for my life. And I think I was a little bit afraid to even consider it, but somewhere deep down in my heart, I thought, what if this could be what I do? What if I could create a community, a sisterhood, a team of people who I could then use my passion for helping creative entrepreneurs and helping women to build these businesses that support their dreams and that fulfill their soul and their spirit, while also help to fill their bank account for their family and for their life. Because my huge passion in life is to help people get unstuck. Women especially. I'm happy to help anybody, but I feel very connected to women who are stuck in situations, no matter what it is, that they don't want to be in, and they feel like they're treading water. You know, like little ducks, how on the top they look kind of calm, but underneath their feet are going so fast. I want to work with people that feel that way. They feel like no matter what they do in their life, they can't get ahead. They're just on this hamster wheel and they're exhausted, and they can never do the things that they want to do because they're so busy managing all of the things that they're trying to accomplish in their life. And they're so busy in this building stage that they never get out of, that they can never fully enjoy the fruits of all of that labor. So I got really excited about that, and that was when I decided to go all in with coaching. And at that point, I had to look at what I was doing, and I looked at the other coaches that were really successful, because success leaves clues, and you can look at what other people have done and you can say, okay, that was a brilliant move for them. That was a really great strategy. Let me see how I can take that and make that my own. And I looked at what all these other coaches were doing, and I said, you know what? I'm not like some of them. I'm not super into fitness. I don't even like working out all that much. I would rather watch Netflix. You know, that's who I am as a person. But I know that my body needs it. I know that I feel better when I'm being healthy, when I'm doing 30 minutes of working out a day. It doesn't have to be crazy. It's not like old school P90X where you're working out for an hour and a half. It's just 30 minutes. Like, that's just enough to get a good sweat going and feel like you accomplished something and be sore the next day, which is good. It's what we need as people. We need to move our bodies. And we also need to prove to ourselves that we can be disciplined and do hard things, and we can stick with it. I think that so many people think exercise is just a punishment for eating food that they shouldn't have eaten, or a punishment for a body that they don't like. But really, it's a discipline. It's for your brain. It's to prove to yourself that you can do something, that you can stick with it. And that is like planting little seeds of confidence that just shoot out into all these other areas of your life. When you stick with a fitness commitment and you do it, when you finish, you feel like Superwoman. You feel like you're on top of the world, like you can accomplish anything. And that's what I love. I love getting people plugged into something, giving them a small little goal. Let's say, let's commit to 21 days of this workout program. Let's get you some results. Helping them stay plugged in, helping them be in community, helping them to know that they can do it on those days when they don't want to do it, saying, no, go do it anyway. You can do it. Just get it done. And then watching them blossom after those 21 days, and then letting that potential pour into so many other areas of their life. Then they look and they say, well, what else can I do that I didn't realize that I could do? I've got this fire inside me I didn't know that I had. I can accomplish things that I set my mind to. So what are these other things in my life that I want to do? It's a beautiful thing. So, when I gave myself permission to be my own type of coach, to be a coach that wasn't necessarily a gym rat, that wasn't constantly working out and posting about working out, when I decided that I wanted to lead from a passion-based business, was when I really started to see growth, because I was able to connect with people over that, people that wanted the same thing, people who weren't necessarily fitness crazy people. That's not even who the majority of the people I work with are. The majority of the people I work with don't love working out. They don't want to spend their whole day working out. They don't have six packs. They don't only eat kale. They are real people who like food and who like to do other things other than working out, but they understand that it's important for them to commit to taking care of themselves, and that is a catalyst for other incredible things in their life, and that they can help other people in that same way. So it's been a little over 2 years now that I've been a coach. I am now a full-time coach. I call myself a career coach. This is what I do as my primary source of income for my family. I was able to build a 6-figure plus income in those 2 years. So our family has all of this freedom that we never had before, to be able to do things together, to be able to spend quality time, to not have money stress be something that is at the forefront of our minds like it was before. We're able to actually enjoy our time together instead of constantly be treading water, trying to stay above it and trying to float and trying to get ahead, which is a beautiful thing. And it's something that I want for all of you guys. It's something I want for every mother. It's something I want for every father, for every child, for every family that has not yet come but is in the future. I see that. And even those of you guys that don't have kids, that being at home with your kids isn't a thing, just being able to enjoy your life, being able to feel like you have a positive impact on other people, whether it's helping them to feel confident again, helping them to feel good in their skin, helping them to feel strong, helping them to see that they can accomplish something, or even if it's helping them to build a successful business that gives them freedom. That is so fulfilling. So leading with this passion-based business it's more fulfilling than anything I've ever done. As much as I love photography still, as much as I loved it as my business, this fulfills me on so many more levels. And the cool thing is that I get to bring the talents that I already had into coaching and use them to make me a better coach. That's the amazing thing. That's what I want all of you guys to see. There's not a specific set of traits that is the only set of traits that makes a good coach. You can be an incredible passion-driven coach and build a passion-driven coaching business with the tools and abilities, with the perspective, with the stories, with the talents that you already have. And then you can grow and get better at the other things that you have as weak spots. But there's not one set of skills that makes you good at this. I came in with an artist perspective, and I decided I wanted to use that to be able to tell my story of what I was doing. And so I came into coaching with a creative eye, with a talent for photography and for art and for communication. And that is just something that I happen to be good at. Something that I happen to not be good at is organization. And that's something that I have to work on as a business owner. But that's okay, because we all have the things that we're good at and we're not good at. You maybe would come into this with crazy, amazing organizational skills, and you could develop the other things. You could use that as your platform. You could create amazing tools for other women and for your challengers and for other people to be able to use to make their life better. Maybe your talent is speaking. Maybe you're an incredible communicator. Maybe you could touch people through the words that you share. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you're a writer. It doesn't matter what you're good at. Your talents can be used here to build something that fulfills your soul, that helps you to live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life across the board. It's not just about getting in shape. It's not just about losing weight. It's not about getting as many people to join you in a fitness thing as possible. It's about taking what you have, offering it to someone else and saying, I want to help you to see how incredible you can be too. And using the skills and talents that you already have to do that. And then while you're doing that, working on building the things that you're weak in so that you can be a more well-rounded success all the way around. So that's what I have for you for session 1. Tomorrow, I'm going to be checking in and talking to you with session 2, which is all about the characteristics of what I think makes a successful coach, not necessarily a good coach or bad coach, because I don't think there's such thing as a good coach and a bad coach, but what makes a successful coach, and then talking about community, which is so key in this passion-centered business. No man is an island. We need that community. We need that sisterhood. We need that family to connect to, and how community was the number one unexpected blessing, and how it has become the thing that I love the most about this that I never even saw coming. So come back tomorrow and let's talk about that. Today, though, I want to hear from you. So in a comment below, I would love for you to introduce yourself, and I would love for you to tell me what is your passion? What are you super passionate about? What makes you come alive? What is it that the thought of being able to do that in the world, it just makes you so excited? I would love for you to share it in a comment below so I can get to know you too. Since you heard all about my passions, I want to hear all about yours. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to talk to you guys more tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, and I can't wait to see what you say.